Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about how to get the best out of your practice. So there's two kinds of practice that we can do. One's called block practice, the other's called random practice, and they are very, very different to each other, and depending on which one you do, I think depends how quickly you improve. One way is very easy to see a quick improvement. The other way, maybe not quite as quick an improvement, but a much more sustainable way of taking it to the golf course. So we're getting towards the summer now, so lots of guys are getting out on the course and playing more, which is fantastic. But you guys are still going to be coming down to the driving range, going to the practice ground. So the first thing we're going to talk about is block practice. Now, block practice is when you've got the same club in your hand and you're aiming at the same target, try to make the same swing to hit the same shot every single time. So I've got my 7-iron, I'm aiming straight over the 150 marker. And that's good, a couple of yards right. And then the easy thing then is to pull up another ball, set yourself up, make that swing again. A couple of yards further right this time. But where block practice is great is particularly if you're working on something new, so you've got a new swing thought or a new feeling. It's great because you're doing things as similarly as possible, and you can stand there and it's the same club. You're not worrying too much about changing where you're aiming. So the less things that you're changing, the easier it is to be consistent. And you see guys just stood up there time after time, hitting lots of good shots on the driving range. And it's a really quick way of improving, and it's fantastic for ego because you can go away feeling like you've made some massive improvements in a session. Now the other type of practice is random practice, and that's very much different club, different target, maybe different shape of shot each time, and playing is perfect random practice. You're never hitting the same shot back to back. If you are on the golf course, it's usually because you've just lost the ball, so not the best way of practicing. So I'm now going to put a little bit of practice in here that would make it more random. And I'm just going to imagine I play the first couple of holes at Old Links. So first hole, shortish par 4, but I would still hit driver. And I'm going to tee driver up. I'm going to put my pre-shot routine into play. So I'm going to come back behind the ball, and I'd hit probably a little 10-yard fade on the first, down the left at Old Links. So I'm going to aim slightly left, concentrate on what I need to do to hit the shot I'm after, and then walk in and commit to that swing. That was absolutely what I was after. So really good. I think it'll be good distance down there. Probably leave me, knowing how far I hit the ball, maybe 50 yards to the flag. So for me then, I'm going to pick the 50-yard marker, and my little half swing with my lob wedge carries 46. So that again, this should be about right. I know my swing, I know my shot. Now stick to my pre-shot routine. Maybe a little quicker through the bottom. That one's pitched just past the 50. So distance control not as good as it could be, but pleased with the strike. Accuracy was pretty good. I wouldn't practice my putting on here, so I'd get onto the second at Old Links, longer par 4. Sets up that probably for me like a bit more of a 20-yard fade. So I'm not going to pick the exact same spot. I'm actually going to go a little further right on the range. I'm going to aim at the 200, try and work it 20 yards left to right from there. So again, concentrated on what I need to do for my swing thought. Maybe just a little bit more shape than I would be after. But knowing Old Links, I think that I'd probably missed the bunkers right, so I'd have probably got away with that one. And that would, for me, leave me 9-iron or pitching wedging. So I'm going to go 9-iron. I'm going to aim at 5 yards right of the 150 marker on the range and just try and hit a little 5-yard draw back into the flag. So again, it's all about running the thought process, taking into account what the wind's doing, exactly like you need to do on the golf course, and then walking in and executing the shot. overdone that. That's probably more like 15 yards of shape. Not great concentration on what I was doing there, but this is very much what I'm seeing with my golf on the course at the moment. I think when I stand here and block practice, it's really, really good, but there's not enough random practice for me. So I'm going to play one more imaginary hole. So we're going to go on to the third, and I'm going to imagine it's playing about 170. So I'm going to hit 6 iron, and I'm going to hit a little 5-yard fade. So I'm going to go over the 100 sign, back to over the 150. Just hit that dead straight. So because I've not allowed for too much shape, that'd still be on the green. But certainly for me, like I just said then, definitely less consistency for me when I do the random practice at the moment, but it's good, and you guys should introduce this to your game. It's making me concentrate more on what I'm doing swing to swing, rather than maybe just getting a bit comfortable sometimes, a bit complacent, and just standing and expecting the ball to do the same thing every time. On the golf course, we can't always hit that same shape of shot. I know some of you might argue that you don't know which way it's going. Again, that's a different skill, and I'll do a different video on that. But make sure, I think, always have an element of block practice, because I think, like I said, if you are working on something new, it's good to just kind of get used to the feeling and then kind of learn what the ball does from that feeling. But then you've got to start being more random with your practice. Make it easy to take what you're doing on here to the golf course. Because otherwise, if what you do on here doesn't replicate the golf course, you're not really practicing, you're just hitting golf balls. Okay guys, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it. Follow me on all the social media platforms. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Comment below and I'll try and get back to you as many as you can. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.